Hi lads, how you doing?
Yeah, we're pretty excited. I'm a Villa fan, so I'm very excited about the start of the Premier League season. So I can only imagine what it's like for you guys, because there's been a huge influx of new talent. You've signed a new deal. Everything's going really well for you guys. How are you feeling about the whole thing?
Yeah, I'm very excited, of course. We're counting down to the kick-off now, which is great. Pre-season is kind of out of the way. There's a big buzz around the club, all right, and really looking forward to getting started. How
is your own pre-season? Is it still as grim as it used to be 20 years ago, where we hear the stories of everybody puking, or is it actually much easier now? Because the level of professionalism from everybody has reached a point where I'd say your fitness is probably pretty good all season.
Yeah, listen, them days are kind of gone, to be honest with you. Don't get me wrong, there's some tough days in pre-season, all right. But listen, it's probably easier than what it was back in the day now. But it's more like the pre-season schedules are pretty hectic. We're travelling here, there, and everywhere. It takes a lot out of you. And there's a lot of games now as well for match minutes. It's all about match minutes all the time now, because it's hard to replicate that in training. So I know, listen, it's just a full-on schedule. Like you said, the lads are in great shape anyway. I had 3 weeks off this year, so I'm not going to lose too much in the space of 3 weeks. So it's just about topping yourself up and getting ready for that first game, really.
You're obviously somebody who has responded really well to competition throughout your career. You've kind of come up the hard way, played in every division, and always managed to get in teams the whole way along. So I presume you're looking at an influx of talent as something that, yeah, okay, this is great, bring it on, let me show you exactly what I can do, and you're not taking my position without a massive fight.
Yeah, without a doubt. There's been a huge number of players come in. There's been no secret of that. Everyone's talking about it. So, it's going to be a challenge, of course. I like you said, I've done it the hard way. I've always kind of risen to the challenges. So, another one that I'm looking forward to, and another one that I'm sure I'll be okay in. Whatever minutes I do get, I'm just have to make sure I'm ready, play well, and then lay down my marker whenever I get a chance.
Dean Smith didn't have a pre-season with Aston Villa last year. It was obviously, he came in I think around October, November time, and didn't really get a full pre-season to instill his style of play, his game plan, exactly what he wants from everybody. Has that extra time changed? Do you have a deeper understanding of what it is exactly you're supposed to do, or is it just building on how quickly he installed his game plan last year anyway?
Yeah, listen, our game plan obviously worked well last year. We had a bit of a good patch when he first came in, then a rough patch kind of around January, February, and then we just kicked on towards the end of the season. And luckily for us, we got promoted. So listen, the lads kind of knew their jobs anyway. With the time the gaffer had it with us last year, but I think it was more this pre-season was for the new lads. There's been a lot of new lads come in, so it's about kind of them finding their feet and finding how we play, and the gaffer putting it across to them. So there's been a lot of kind of tactics and different bits and pieces. So everyone's on the same page and heading into the season.
When do you find out what the team is for the first game of the season? When does that get announced to the players? Even, I'm obviously not asking you to breach any confidences here, but do you get a sense of whether or not you're in the team at this stage of the week, or is it kind of a couple of hours before kick-off?
No, you kind of get an idea probably on the Friday. That's about as much as we kind of know about it. I'd imagine, listen, the manager will know his team by now, but if you give out your team too early, in my opinion, sometimes you lose a few of the lads, and you can have a few grumpy lads around the place. So no, it's been the same last year, and I'd imagine it was the same this year. So we usually get told around the Friday whether you're kind of playing or not.
Okay, so it's an interesting kind of 24, 48 hours ahead of everybody involved. Obviously the transfer window hasn't closed just yet, and Villa might do some more business. Certainly Scott Hogan has just gone to Stoke, so there might be some people leaving, but the main focus will be on trying to get in that team in the next 24 hours.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. I'd imagine there might be a couple of outs as well, because our squad's quite heavy at the minute. Like you said, Scott's gone to Stoke, all right, so it'd be good for him to get some games. And you never know, we might be in the market for one or two more. I wouldn't be surprised about the numbers we've brought in, so maybe one or two more might be coming in the door yet.
Yeah. Is this the best pre-season that you can remember, the most exciting? I mean, obviously the chance to play in the Premier League beckons for everybody, and you all fought so hard last season, so you clearly deserve it. But has this been the best pre-season that you remember?
I think so. Obviously the huge excitement of getting promoted, and then getting ready for the Premier League, and different kind of media days you've had to do, and the number kind of cameras around the place compared to the Championship is is on another level. So them kind of things, excite you. The first day of training when you're playing with the Premier League ball, little bits and pieces like that to make you think, oh, we're actually in the Premier League here, So no, it's been hugely exciting. Counting down the days, like I said, for the last few weeks now to the Tottenham game on Saturday. So we're really looking forward to it.
Has there been a deliberate altering in the mindset over the course of the off-season, Conor? Like, without giving anything away, there's obviously situations like having less possession in the Premier League. I'm sure the number one objective is to stay safe as opposed to actually going towards the top of the table. Has there been that noticeable shift?
A little bit, I suppose. Listen, we can't go into the season too naive, thinking we're going to win every game, we're going to have possession like the way we did last year. That's not going to happen. There's some fantastic teams in the league, but I think we're going to go. The manager's been saying he wants to go in with a winning mentality as much as possible. Try and win games, not just sit back. So I think the lads, the stuff that we have been talked about is exciting. He's not just happy just to kind of nick a point here and there in the Championship. His mentality was he always wanted to win games. So I think you won't see too much difference in our style, which is it's great to know, and it's great to be a part of, because we've got a brave manager who wants to win games, and that's always good for players. It always excites players, and it's always the kind of teams that you want to play in.
I was chatting recently to somebody who's an expert on viewership figures, and he said that when Villa got relegated, the overall viewership figures for the Premier League went down because Villa are such a big club that actually fans of whoever they were playing would automatically tune into the Villa game because it was just a sense of it being a big game. So they're a genuinely massive club right across England. And I'm not sure that everybody at the club probably had the full understanding of that over the last couple of seasons when they, obviously it feels like a massive club, but until you get back to the Premier League, it could go either way, because there's loads of the Championship is a graveyard for formerly massive clubs, but they're back now. There must be a sense of fully understanding exactly just how big a club it is and what the responsibility of the team is to the city in some ways.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, it's a huge football club. When I came to the club a couple of years back, when I left Barnsley, I knew it was a big club, but I didn't realise how big it was. When I go back to Ireland, Cork, and when I'm in Dublin for the Ireland games, there's a lot of Aston Villa fans come up to me and say, oh, I'm a Villa fan. It is a big football club, selling out home and away last year, and that sense of kind of being back in the Premier League now kind of makes us feel like we're back where we belong. But obviously, listen, it's going to be a big season for us, and ultimately we need to stay up, because if we can stay up, and build on that moving forward, we can definitely be a force in the league again.
Yeah, the other thing is you managed to go viral by explaining to the BBC how to correctly pronounce your surname. It was like, well done.
Yeah. We had a media day recently, and they actually brought the question to me. So I thought, this is my chance to kind of let people know now. It's Hourihane anyway. But I thought our Irish people pronounced it right anyway. But supposedly people don't. But I'll let them know anyway, and we'll see over the course of the season will it stick or not.
Yeah, well, we'll all do our best. Conor, good stuff. Thanks a million, and best of luck.
Cheers. No problem. Cheers, guys.
Conor Hourihane there, teaching us all how to pronounce his name properly.